Speak about accountability. How much do you hear about accountability? What does it actually mean? We can often be accountable for ourselves when we look at the external self and we go, we've put on a couple of centimeters or we've put on some weight, we're not feeling healthy, and it's often just by the visual eye, and therefore you are accountable for the way that you look. For some reason, it's so hard for many people to be accountable for how they feel on the inside. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you. Today is all about accountability. This may not resonate with you. I absolutely respect that. Today I'm going to discuss about accountability for our emotional well-being, our mindset well-being, or for mental well-being, our external well-being, so our physical well-being, and our spiritual well-being. When we're accountable for how we feel, how we look, it really does give you the feeling that you are able to manage your whole self. Now, if you're not one that this sounds right for you, I absolutely respect that. Then maybe, come back and visit me tomorrow where the message may align more with what you need to know. If you get value from today's video, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's cat's message. So let's dive into accountability, and I'd like to give you some tips on what we can do to really get you moving forward and how to be accountable for self. A lot of people aren't really sure of exactly what that entails. So, when we look at our external self, you're able to look and you go, you know what, I've put on some weight, or I'm looking really exhausted. Right, okay, I've put on weight. Maybe it's due to I'm not exercising, I'm not eating the right food, I've maybe drank a little bit more alcohol than I'm used to. Whatever your reasons, it doesn't matter. However, it's visual, right? You're able to see it, identify it. And in essence, if it is about the way you physically look, who else can you blame, right? Now, please note, everything I'm sharing for you is about perspective, and it's not about you blaming self. It's only acknowledging and going, yeah, you know what, Kat? I have no one else to blame. Cool, own it myself. All what I share is not about you carrying more guilt, because it doesn't get you to move forward. Just acknowledge and go, yeah, you know what? I am accountable for the way that I look and feel. If you are feeling, that's external. External is relatively easy, I feel, to be accountable because we can visually see it. It's external. Things that are external are easy to identify if you choose to. However, things internally are far harder to identify, far harder sometimes to even find. So let's go inward, because that is, in essence, we must work inward out. If you've put on some weight, maybe it's just because of how you feel. Are you an emotional eater? Have you been stressed? Have you felt anxious? Have you felt depressed? Have you felt sad, angry? Emotions play a big part in the reflection of how we feel outside. It's a visual. So take a moment, just take a moment. And if you are looking different on the outside, ask yourself, how have you been feeling on the inside? Have you been stressed, anxious, depressed, overworked, whatever the emotion? Or you got so much going on and there just hasn't been time for you to get to the gym. Yeah? But if there's not enough time for you to get to the gym, then you're not making it a priority. Why is that when you were able to in the past? There's always a deeper internal connection to what we look like externally. Yeah? So let's go back into internally. What's going on in your life that if you are not feeling happy and your best version of self, why? What is going on in your external world that's impacting your internal world? Work, family. It's time to be accountable. And for some of you out there, the truth is this, is that it's just too hard. And too hard often equals to laziness or, and I'm not saying you're lazy, it's a behavior, remember that. Or you don't value it enough. And for most of you, straight up, I'm getting it's about valuing. And when I say value, it's not that I'm saying you're intentionally doing it. You may not be even aware and you don't know what you don't know. So are you valuing your internal self, meaning your happiness, your emotional and mindset state? For some of you, emotional and mental may sound better and resonate with you. Are you valuing that? Or for some of you, are you blaming other people? Are you blaming things in the external world for why you feel the way you do in the internal world? Now, accountability is this. You have the option and the choice how you react to what happens in your external world. Now, if you're allowing it, and I'm going to use the word allowing it to impact you, then whose problem is it? You have the ability to choose how you react to things. For some of you hearing this, you may not align with that and resonate, and you may be saying, Kat, I don't. Then this video isn't for you, and I absolutely respect that that's your perspective. So, maybe this isn't for you, this video. And maybe if you're going, you know what, I want to just hear. Remember, everything that I'm sharing is not about blaming. I'm not blaming you. I'm not pointing the finger at you. This is a collective message. It's not for anyone in particular. This is just clearly offering you a different perspective that you may not have looked at. You may be feeling really cruddy right now, today, in this very moment where you have come across this video. What if I said to you, you feel cruddy because you allow yourself to feel cruddy? Only you has the ability to pull yourself out of emotional state. Absolutely, it does assist. Sometimes we can have people in our close proximity that we love and they can really go, you know, what's going on? Express how you feel, brain dump, and just get all that stuff out. And then all of a sudden you feel lighter. Why? Why do you feel lighter when you're able to express and verbalize and just share how you're feeling without feeling judged? Without someone butting in. When we feel heard, isn't it amazing that when we express how we feel lighter? Why? Because you've got rid of that stuff. That's accountability. And all of a sudden you feel lighter. So what is it that's going on with you right now that's really dragging your emotional state and your mindset state or your mental state down? What things are you allowing to impact your balance, your inner balance? It's about taking the time. Now I'm going to give you some tools, some logical, analytical tools, tangible tools. These tools, however, must be done on a daily basis in order to have impact and make change. We cannot do this once a week and then have the expectation that we're going to be all good to go. For those of you who are really physically fit, I know within myself, it's something, even going for a walk every day makes a difference. And so if we want to become physically fit, it's about investing the time and deciding what the balance is for you. We'll spend the time on the external fitness because everybody else sees it. However, we don't invest the time in the internal. And that in itself is the accountability. Are you accountable for your mindset and emotional state of being? Or are you busy blaming external things and people and situations and circumstances that make you feel the way you do? That is not accountability. And it's not hard. It's not easy to do. However, for those of you who have worked with me, absolutely know that once you're accountable and you own your stuff, it just feels freeing. And it's not about being unkind to you. It's like, example, Kat, you're not the shape that you want to be. Why? Because you don't do the work. Are you sticking to that program? Are you eating foods that you know that are healthy for your body? Are you drinking enough water? No. That's called accountability. So if I wanted to be a different shape, I would put in the work. So what in you, whether it be external or internal, do you want to shift but you're not doing the work? That is accountability. And it's okay to be accountable for self. And a beautiful way is every morning I do a morning ritual. So for some of you, if you don't have a morning ritual or a routine, whichever works, I'm not a fan of routine, but if ritual works for you, write down the things that you're going to do. I do a self-check-in, and that's an emotional and a mindset self-check-in every morning. I ask, how am I feeling? What's going through my thoughts? What transpired yesterday? Who did I have a conversation with? If I feel good to go and I'm like, yep, I don't need to go there. But if there is something that I'm not feeling myself, it's like I then go back and dissect the day prior. Because it is up to me how I feel. It's nobody else, it's me. So if you choose to really be accountable for yourself, where can you actually be? Externally and internally. Accountability is such a massive key. And it takes quietening the mind, doing the self-check-in, really going, how am I feeling? What's going on with me? Who's accountable for it? Me. What am I going to do to change it? It's all doing the physical work, asking the questions. But you must be honest with self. If you're going to tell porcupines, you're going to struggle to move forward. As hard as they may be to verbalize and say, yeah, you know what? I look the way I look because of my actions, my behaviors. So I hope that you gain something little from today. And I want to thank you for spending your time with me, as I absolutely respect your time is valuable. Remember, you matter. Your happiness matters. Your mental state matters. So be the manager of all of self, your whole self. Be accountable for your actions. Own your truth. Because I can promise you that when you get comfortable owning your truth, hooly dooly, it's so freeing. There's this weight because you stop putting these expectations on self and just go, you know what? I'm human. I'm not a robot. There's no such thing as perfect. Wow. If you got value from today's video, I'd be so grateful if you'd like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Cat's message. So I hope that you got to the end of this video. And if you'd like a list of the questions, shoot me an email and then I can absolutely send you a PDF back. I will only create it if I get emails. As we've been taught, only create things that people want. I may feel you want it and that's not what you want. So for today, take care.